Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oregon Trail Park here in Gering, Nebraska, as your Western Nebraska Pioneers get ready for a little three-game homestand, as tonight they will take on the Fort Collins Foxes. Last time out, the Pioneers were able to complete the series sweep over the El Paso County Baseball Miracles as they won in 8 innings by a score of 15-2, able to take them down and being able to go home early. These guys, including myself, we didn't get home until about 2 o'clock in the morning, coming back from Colorado Springs, so long, about a 4-hour bus trip and then you got to turn right back around and do it all over again. Only this time, you know what, you got able to get back home and get a little bit of sleep in your own bed, that type of thing, and then come out here, get ready for a little weekend set against first the Fort Collins Foxes. It'll just be a one-off between the Foxes and the Pioneers, and then the NoCo Prospectors come to town here on Saturday and Sunday. So the Pioneers looking to keep this hot streak going. Fort Collins Foxes, these two teams have already met once, and that ended with the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Double check on this. The one meeting between these two teams happened back on June 1st, and that ended with a 19-15 win for the Fort Collins Foxes. So the Pioneers looking to get revenge and avenge their loss and even up the series on the season between these two squads. We're just getting started here on the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show. When we come back, I'll talk about the interview that I had with starting pitcher of yesterday's ball game, Carter Champy. You're listening to the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show on KNEB and watching Pioneer Baseball over on the Front Range League Network. We'll be back. Here to listen. We'll be back.
Please turn your attention to the pitchers now. Introducing our silver pitches from Motor City Electric.
All right, everyone, over here on the mound with our two first pitches. We have a rep from Morales' party deck and one from Border State. We're going to go to Morales' party deck first. Here.
Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park as we are getting closer to getting to first pitch between the Fort Collins Foxes and the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Want to talk about the interview that I had with Carter Champy. Yesterday's ball game, 5 innings, just 2 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts for Carter Champy, and I asked him kind of what was working for him in that ball game, and he said, "I was establishing the fastball early, getting ahead in counts. You know, locate your spots with the fastball, and then get ahead in counts to keep the batter guessing, keep them on the back foot. Definitely a great recipe for success, and you heard it in yesterday's ball game with the Pioneers and Carter Champy shutting them down, only giving up 2 hits in 5 innings. When we come back, it'll be final thoughts for on kind of what the strategy needs to be for the Pioneers for both teams if they want to be successful here in tonight's ball game. We'll be back. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network, and you're listening to the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show here on KNEB. Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park, and welcome back to the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show here on KNEB as the lineups currently being announced to the hometown crowd as we're just getting close. We're getting closer and closer to the beginning of this ball game. One of the things, the main thing, recipe to success in this one, the little sneak peek, the Pioneers are going to have Daniel Gomez on the mound, who has been on fire to start the season. A couple of starts. He also picked up a save during the series against the Miracles. He's been hot as anyone on the pitching side of things, and definitely a guy who can set down guys when you need him to. He's going to be hard to touch. It's going to be all about the pitching matchup. The pitcher for the Foxes, give that to you too, Ross Frank on the mound. He's got 10 innings, 13 strikeouts, but he's also given up 11 walks. So that's going to be the key to success. Which pitcher is going to blink first? National anthem getting ready to be played here. When we come back, it'll be lineups and first pitch. Here, this has been the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show on KNEB, and you're watching Pioneer Baseball on the Front Range League Network. We'll be back.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the monsters sing in air.
Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park. Just finished up the national anthem as we are about ready to get underway here as the Pioneers taking on the Fort Collins Foxes. A little preview before we get into starting lineups, kind of what has been going on for these two sides. As mentioned, the Pioneers are currently on a 4-game winning streak. That got started after taking the final game in the series against the Boulder 64s and then the series sweep against the Miracles. The previous few games for the Fort Collins Foxes, they're currently 6-2 on the year, and they have rattled off. They lost their first two to begin the year, and they have rattled off. Actually, their record is 7-2. They have rattled off 7 straight, including 1 win over the Pioneers, couple of wins, a series sweep of the Collegians, and then 2 wins over the Prospectors, and then a win yesterday against the Boulder 64s, and that's how they find themselves here. So the Fort Collins Foxes are about as hot as they come, as we'll give you the starting lineup for them here. Leading things off and playing out in center field is going to be Nuri Todd. Owen May will be batting second. He's over at short. Hank Smith will be in the 3 spot. He's doing the DHing. Nick Bertucci will be batting cleanup. He's playing right field. Elijah Einen in the 5 spot. He's playing third base. Elijah Morales will be batting 6th. Yes, he'll be batting 6th and doing the catching. Batting 7th and playing out in left field is Parker Fagans. Drew Oreskes will be batting 8th and playing at first base. Cade Gavina will be rounding out the order in the 9 spot, and he's playing second base. First pitch from Daniel Gomez misses outside for a ball. 1-0 the count here to Nuri Todd. Todd swings and knocks one back foul. 1-1 the count here. As mentioned, man on the mound for the Western Nebraska Pioneers is Daniel Gomez. He is from La Guaira, Venezuela. He plays his college at Cochise. Plays college ball at Cochise College. As the next pitch is skied towards the left side of the field, and it will get foul. Pioneers are in their home whites. Pioneers, red lettering, red numbers as well, trimmed in blue with blue stripe down the middle. Pioneers across the chest, and a number on the lower right of the front, and then a big number on the back. White pants as the next pitch is popped foul as well. 1-2 the count. White pants with a red stripe down the side, down the pant leg, and they're in their red socks as well. Their hats, they're in the blue hats with the Pioneer on the front and a red brim. 1-2, hit back foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. Gomez coming into this outing. He's made three appearances, 2 starts, and 1 relief appearance. Opponents coming into this game are hitting 162 against him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We've been stuck here for a while. Fastball, hit back foul, and we'll try it again at 1-2. Todd has been battling here to start this one. He is Nuri Todd, 6'1", from Laveen, Arizona, attends South Mountain Community College in Arizona. The next pitch misses down, tried to get him to chase at the curveball. 2-2 the count now. Gomez still with a pitch to play with. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First batter of the ball game. Next pitch is popped up. Benny going back. He's tracking. That one will get into the crowd. And a foul ball. It'll bounce off the press box, and it might land behind us over in the concessions line. Already with all the foul balls Again, the first batter of the inning, the umpire already needs a refill. Two balls, two strikes. Gomez still ahead of the count here. Two-two to the lefty, chop towards the right side. Flip to first from Peterson's in time, and there's one gone here in the inning. With one out, we'll give you the defensive alignment for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. They'll look like this. In left field is Davis Goodwin, Tyler Antwine. Manning center field, Henry Douglas will be over in right. Kevin Blanco playing third base. Mikey Pickett is the shortstop. Bryce Peterson, you just heard him make that play over at second. As the first pitch to Owen May is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Jackson McFarland will be playing first base, and behind the plate doing the catching for the Pioneers is Lauren Binney. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Good pitch that time from Gomez. He's way ahead here. In his last start, Gomez had 10 strikeouts in 5 innings in his last start. That was back against the Greeley Grays. Next pitch to a miss for a ball. It's 1-2. 1-2 to the righty is hit foul, and we'll try it again. 1-2. Owen May sitting on an 8-game hitting streak, and they've played 8 games. One, two. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him. Great pitch there from Daniel Gomez. And there's 2 gone here in the inning. First 2 guys set down here by the Pioneers. Next to hit will be Hank Smith. Gomez gets the sign. He comes set. Fastball swung on, hit in the air to left. Going back on it is Douglas, and he will not be able to get there as it's going to rattle up against the wall now. Runner rounding first on his way to second, and he will be in there with a stand-up double. Hank Smith with a double. 2-out double for the Foxes, as that'll make way for Nick Bertucci. So runner on second here with 2 outs in the top of the first. First pitch fastball, good pitch that time. Bertucci swung right through it. It's 0-1. Bertucci, as he digs in here, he's from Melbourne, Australia, and plays his college ball at Central Arizona Community College. Fastball on the outer half in there for a called strike. 0-2 the count here. 0-2, 2 outs. Big spot here for Daniel Gomez. No balls, 2 strikes. Gomez comes set. 0-2, tapped foul. We'll do it again. 0-2. Check the jersey. Foxes are in their road grays. The tops of their uniforms, the torso part is light gray, but the sleeves are dark gray. Orange lettering, orange numbers trimmed in black. As the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Binney held on to it, and that will end the inning. Back 2 strikeouts in the inning here for Daniel Gomez. They'll leave a runner stranded. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, and a man left on for the Foxes. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 1 as the Pioneers will get their first chance to hit. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network, and you're listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB.
winner of 8 Nebraska Lottery scratch-off tickets. And if our Pioneers scores a home run and the Nebraska Lottery sign in the outfield, she'll win 10 more. Thank you for participating. Thank you for coming. Back to you, Bill.
All right, thank you for being able to we'd like to thank the Nebraska
Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park as the Pioneers will get their first chance to swing the sticks. Their lineup will look like this. Leading things off and playing over at shortstop is going to be Mikey Pickett. Batting second and playing second base is Bryce Peterson. Batting third, playing in center field, is Tyler Antwine. In the cleanup spot over in right field is Henry Douglas. Batting fifth and playing out in left field is Davis Goodwin. Luis Quintero will be batting sixth. He's doing the DHing tonight. Lauren Binney batting seventh. He will be doing the catching. Jackson McFarland in the eighth spot. He is playing over at first base. And Kevin Blanco in the ninth spot and third base. As the first pitch to Pickett nearly catches a piece of him as he has to spin out of danger. 1-0 outside. Caught the outer part of the plate, actually. Won the count. Man on the mound for the Fort Collins Foxes is Ross Frank as Pickett shoots another pitch foul. He's behind in the count now, 1-2. Frank is from Fort Collins, Colorado. Just graduated from Rocky Mountain High School as Pickett shoots another pitch foul. Just graduated from Rocky Mountain High School, and he will be attending Monterey Peninsula College over in California. Next pitch, fastball, stays outside, can't get him to chase. 2-2 the count. Mikey Pickett has been designated hometown hero for this, meaning if he gets on base, going to be cheap drinks, but he's not going to be able to get on base this time as he hits a tapper right in front of the mound. Underhand flip to the first baseman covering is in time. And there's one gone. With one out in the inning, we'll give you the defensive alignment for the Foxes. They'll look like this. Parker Fagans is going to be in left field. Nuri Todd is in center. Nick Bertucci will be manning right. Elijah Eyman is over at third. Bryce Peterson's first pitch swinging in the air towards the right side. Coming over is the first baseman, Drew Oreskis. And one pitch, and Bryce Peterson has popped out. Popped out to the third baseman. So we mentioned Drew Oreskis. Second baseman is Cade Gavina. And behind the plate doing the catching for the Foxes is Elijah Morales. Tyler Antwine's first pitch swinging on the ground to short. Mays got it. Throw to first. Takes the first baseman off the bag, but a heads-up play there by Oreskis as he slaps the tag on the back of Tyler Antwine, and there's the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 up, 3 down go the Pioneers. Go to the top half of inning number 2. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB.
Thank you for your service.
Top half of inning number 2 ready to get underway after the Pioneers went 3 up, 3 down in their half of the first. Elijah Einen will be the one to lead things off here for the Foxes, as he is the most dangerous hitter in this Foxes lineup. Gomez pumps the first pitch fastball by him, swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Einen holds the team lead in average. He's played in 7 games, and he has an average of .522. As the next pitch is a fastball that just misses high. 2-1-1 the count here. So this has been about how things have gone between these two teams, as it's pretty similar to the last matchup, as the next pitch from Gomez catches the outer corner. Good fastball there. 1-2. As both teams could not get anything going to start in the last game down in Fort Collins. 1-2. Hit down the right field line. Foul. We'll try it again at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Fastball swung on, hit on the ground to third. Blanco's got it. Throw across the diamond in time. And there's one gone. Gomez has been able to set down the first 4 to the first 5 so far here in this one, as the only hit so far in 5 batters has been a 2-out double from Hank Smith. Elijah Morales will be the next to hit here for Fort Collins, as the first pitch skips to the plate. It's a ball, 1-0. 1-0 to the righty. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Tried to hold back on it. Nowhere, as he realized that was bottoming out way too late and could not pull back in time. 1-1 from Gomez. Outside, 2-1 the count now here to the Fort Collins Fox backstop. Gomez gets the sign he wants. Morales ahead on the count. Gomez ahead on the count now as the fastball's in there for a strike. Morales turns back and asks, where's that at? Says, it's right there. Okay. 2-2. 2-2 popped up towards the middle of the infield. All 4 guys coming in. Bryce Peterson's going to call everyone off, and he'll put it away for the second out. The entire left side of the infield lost their hats as they tried to come in and run for that pop-up. Both Kevin Blanco and Mikey Pickett had their caps come off. Pop out to the second baseman. Next to hit here will be Parker Fagans. First pitch fastball, swing and a miss, 0-1. Said this before, I'd love to see a radar gun on Daniel Gomez's fastball. No balls on a strike, here it comes. Fastball right there, and it's 0-2. Gomez looking for his 3rd strikeout of the ball game already. Comes set. Here it comes. Chopper. Foul ball. I think he hit it off the plate, or it might have hit off himself for Morales. 0-2. For Fagans, excuse me. Fagans is from Parker, Colorado. He plays at Fort Scott Community College. So he is out in front of that one. He looked off balance. McFarland coming over near the first base dugout, but he's able to put it away for the out, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down go the Foxes. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. We've had 2 straight half innings where the order has been, everyone has been set down in order. As combined, we've had 1, 4, we've had 7 straight outs here in this inning and a half. Henry Douglas on to lead things off here for the Pioneers as the first pitch to a miss catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. Leads the team in average. He's hitting a scorching hot .533. Over half of the times he comes to the plate, he's getting a hit. He's down in the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. So he shoots one foul off the end of the bat. In his last game, he played yesterday, as the next pitch is a fastball that misses away. He went 2 for 3, did Douglas. 1-2, swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes here in the inning. First strikeout of the game for Frank. As I mentioned, he's capable of getting strikeouts, but he's also prone to walking guys. In 10 innings, he's gotten 13 strikeouts, but 11 walks. He set down the first 4 guys in order for the Pioneers, as next to hit will be Davis Goodwin. First pitch is a slider, misses away for a ball, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 from Frank. Goodwin puts a ride on that ball, but shoots it straight back. 1-2 the count. 0-2 the count. 1-1. I'll figure it out. 1-1. Breaking ball that caught a lot of the zone, and Goodwin can't do anything but tap it foul. I think that caught a lot. That just kind of floated into the zone, and I think Davis's eyes lit up at that one. 1-2. One, 2 misses down and away. 2-2. 2-2, popped foul. We'll try again. Goodwin has appeared in 5 games. He's managed to get on base in 4 of those 5 games. 1-2 outside, can't get him to chase. 2-2. 3-2 now. Payoff pitch. Swung on here towards left. He got a lot of it, but didn't get all of it. Tracking is the left fielder, Fegans. He has to go all the way into foul territory, but he's able to put it away, and there's the second out of the inning. Up to hit now for the Pioneers is Luis Quintero. Quintero's been on fire as of late. He came in yesterday's ball game as a pinch hitter. He went 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. First pitch to him catches the outer part of the plate for a strike 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. Inside. And that was able to catch the piece of Quintero. So there's the first base runner of the game for the Pioneers, as Luis will make his way over towards first base. Man on first with 2 outs. Next to hit here for the Pios will be Lauren Binney. First pitch to Binney. Did that catch him in the hand? Yes, it did. Wasn't sure if I heard something. Wasn't sure if that skimmed off his bat or if it hit off of his hand. He turned around and told the umpire, "Hey, it hit me," and the umpire believed him. Not saying he fabricated it. But back-to-back hit by pitches as Brandon Jenkins will pop out of the dugout, and he'll be a courtesy runner for Binney. Next to hit here will be Jackson McFarland. First pitch fastball misses outside for a ball, 1-0. McFarland, he's from Terre Haute, Indiana. And he swings and misses at the 1-0 pitch. It's a ball and a strike now. He's from Terre Haute, attends St. Xavier University. Ball and a strike, here it comes. Big swing and miss. That pitch caught a lot of the zone. McFarland realized it too late. 1-2. McFarland down in the here. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes to end the inning. Pioneers get their first base runner, but their first hit and their first run's going to have to wait, as we'll go to the top half of inning number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on base on your West Coast scoreboard. It's the Fort Collins Foxes, nothing, and the Pioneers, nothing. We'll take a break. You're listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB and watching it over on the Front Range Network.
Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh my God. They're getting quick. Why are you keep going? winner. Back to you, Bill.
All right, get them, Caleb.
Top of the third, ready to get underway as we're through 2 full, and there's been a combined 1 hit for these 2 squads. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here for Fort Collins, as first to hit will be Drew Oreskis. Gomez readies. Chopper on the first pitch on the ground to Peterson. He's got it to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the inning. Next to hit for the Foxes is going to be Cade Gavina. Gavina comes into this with a .455 average. This Foxes squad has been hitting the cover off of the ball seemingly. First pitch misses up and in. Good pitch. Good spot to miss. 1-0 the count. Next pitch swung on. 1 hopper. Pickett dives. Can't get it. And it's into left center for a base hit. There you go. Another extension of the average for Gavina, as the lineup will flip over now, and next to hit is Nuri Todd. Todd did in, grounded out to begin the ball game. As he looks to square, able to pull the bunt back as it missed low, 1-0. Todd back on June 10th. He had hits in the game back on June 10th. As the next pitch to him misses down and in, 2-0. Hitters count here for Todd, 1 on, 1 out. Let's see what he can do. Next pitch at the knees for a called strike, 2-1 now. Todd's still ahead here. If you ask me, 2-1 might be the most important count in an at-bat. Because if you can hit your spot, not that it matters here, as Todd hits one in the air to center. It's slicing away from the center fielder and line. Runner rounding third on his way to the plate, and he will get in time, and it's an RBI double for Nuri Todd, and the Foxes strike first. It's 1-0. RBI double here for Nuri Todd. Next to hits Owen May. Runner breaks for third. Pitch is called strike. Throw down is not in time. Stolen base for Todd as he's into third. Next to hit here it's still Owen May, as he's down in the count 0-1. Good changeup that time from Gomez, as May has to sky it foul. Gomez way ahead of the count here. You can hear some of the wind coming through on the microphone. It's not too bad. Nothing ridiculous, as that's going to find a gap into left field. No, it's not. Thought that was going to land between them, but good range out there and left by Davis Goodwin, as he'll put the ball away. He'll put that hit away for the second out of the inning. However, Todd does come in to score, so it's a sacrifice fly for Owen May and an RBI for him as well. Next to hit for Fort Collins is going to be Hank Smith. First pitch fastball just missed off the plate away. 1-0 here to the Fox's designated hitter. Wind blowing right to left here. I think that's what helped out Nuri Todd, as this pitch is hit in the air to right center. Coming over is Antwine and Douglas. Antwine will call him off, and there's the third out of the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left on here for the Foxes, as we'll go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Foxes on top here. It's 2 on West Coast scoreboard. It's the Foxes 2, and the Pioneers nothing. We'll take a break. You're listening to Pioneer Baseball on KDB and watching it over on the Front Range League Network.
Oh, we got to go up there too. Okay, we have a winner. Thank you guys for participating. Back to you, Bill.
All right, thank you, Danny. Thanks to our winner. Also,
Happy birthday to you. Birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Bottom half of inning number 4, ready to get underway. As digging in will be the birthday boy, Kevin Blanco. As the first pitch to him misses inside. It's a ball 1-0. Yeah, it's the 22nd birthday for old Kevin Blanco. 1-0, swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike now. Does a little bat flip. 9-1 and 2 hitters due up here for Western Nebraska. As the next pitch catches off of, or did it? I thought it hit off of Blanco's elbow guard. Not too sure what happened there. I guess it hit off his bat. It's 1-2. Blanco swings, and he will dump one into left field. That's down for a base hit. 1-for-1 for the birthday boy. As there's the first hit of the ball game for the Pioneers. Next to hit here will be Mikey Pickett, as the lineup will flip over. Pickett 0-for-1, grounded out to the first baseman. First pitch fastball misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Pickett, he's from Fremont, California, as the next pitch catches the outer black. Just finished up high school in Fremont. He is committed to go to Fresno State. One. Swung on, hit towards the shortstop, hit towards the second baseman, I should say, as it'll sail over his head. Blanco will go first to third, and it's back-to-back singles here for Western Nebraska. First two guys with singles for the Pios, as next to hit will be Bryce Peterson. First pitch to him is a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Peterson digs in as he swings and hits one into left field. That's going to get down for a hit. Blanco will come in to score. Pickett rounding second on his way to third. He will slide in safely. Peterson will advance to second on the throw. And it's an RBI single here for Bryce Peterson. Three straight base knocks here for Western Nebraska, as the next to hit here will be Tyler Antwine. Antwine grounded out in the first inning to end the first inning. Make him 0 for 1. First pitch way outside. Good catch there by Morales, as he just about had to do the splits to catch that ball. One of the most underrated things they talk about they don't talk about a lot when it comes to catchers is flexibility. As Antwine puts one opposite field, coming over is Bertucci. He'll be able to put it away for the out. Throw's going to go to third, and Peterson in there safely after tagging from second. Pickett will get into home, as there's the first out of the inning. Sacrifice fly for Tyler Antwine. Give him another RBI on the year. As with a runner on third and one out, Henry Douglas will the next to hit. First pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. A 1 tapped in front of the plate, foul, and I think that caught Morales in not a great spot, as he has to get up and catch his breath. Never feels good. Summer 2025 is the inaugural season of Front Range League Collegiate Baseball. Summer wood bat baseball played along the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado and Nebraska. Visit frontRangeLeague.com for schedules, standings, stats, and more. That's frontRangeLeague.com. Swing and a miss by Douglas, and he will be set down on strikes. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. As Douglas, for the second time today, goes down via the K. Second out of the end, so it's going to take a base hit to get the go-ahead run in to score. As next to hit's going to be Davis Goodwin. Breaking ball, first pitch swinging, as that'll get into over to the third base dugout. Foul, 0-1. Goodwin flew out his first time up. Flyout's going to do you no good here, since there's 2 outs. Next pitch misses down and away. 1-1 the count now to the Pioneers left fielder. Bottom half of the third. 2-2 our score, as the next pitch misses outside. 2-1 now, as both teams have put 2 runs on the board here in the third inning. The Pioneers are trying to see if they can't get at least 1 more here. 2-1, foul ball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third. Here comes the pitch to Goodwin. Looked outside, was outside, and we're full. Full count opportunity here. Here's the payoff pitch. Catches Goodwin up and in, and he is going to make his way over to first base. As next to hit here with runners on the corners now will be Luis Quintero. Quintero, he hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. That's the third batter that Frank has hit here in this one, as Quintero's first pitch swinging in the air towards the right side. Coming over is the first baseman, Oreskes. And he will glove it for the third out of the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits. 2 left on here for the Pioneers, as we'll go to the top half of inning number 4. You're watching on the Front Range Network and listening to the Pioneer Baseball on KNEB on your West Coast scoreboard. It's the Foxes 2 and the Pioneers 2. We'll take a break. You're listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB.
And they're doing taco toss today. They each have 3 tacos to toss in those hula, and whoever has the most after they toss the 3 wins. Are you guys ready? Start tossing. Oh, so close. Go to the second. Oh, thank you.
Welcome back to Oregon Trail Park, as the Pioneers match the 2 runs put up by the Foxes with 2 runs of their own in the bottom half of inning number 3. As we're right back where we started after the first 3 innings. Up to hit will be Nick Bertucci, as he'll be the one to get things started here for the Foxes. Daniel Gomez going for his 4th inning of work. As the first pitch is popped foul, it's 0-1. No balls and a strike. Breaking ball popped up towards the left side of the infield. Blanco tracking, and he's able to get under it, and he'll put it away for the first out of the inning. Pop out to the third baseman. Next to hit will be Elijah Einen. Second time through the order here for the Foxes. Einen, 0-for-1 with a ground out as the first pitch to him's in there for a strike. Einen is from Mission Viejo, California. He swings and misses that next pitch. It's 0-2. And he is taking a gap year this year. Doesn't list where he's planning on going. He's taking a gap year. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes from Gomez. Swing and a miss. And there's second out of the inning. Strikeout number 3 for Daniel Gomez. And there's 2 gone. Next to hit will be Elijah Morales. He's first pitch swinging in the air to right. Coming over is Douglas, and he barely has to move over there and right, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. 3 up, 3 down go the Foxes. On your West Coast scoreboard, it's the Pioneers 2, the Foxes 2. We'll be back. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. Bottom of the 4th. Ready to get underway here at Oregon Trail Park in Gering, Nebraska. Had a little bit of weather coming in around 4:30. A little bit of rain. There was some pretty good lightning off towards right field, where we're sitting, off towards field. But nothing too much as Lauren Benny is in to hit for the Pios as he's first pitch swinging. That'll get down and foul. Bottom 3rd of the order due up for the Pioneers. Lauren Benny, no official at bat for him yet as he was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Kaden Clute running there to give the umpire a refill. First pitch to Benny. Second pitch, I should say, as it's off the end of the bat. Foul. Benny is from Las Vegas as he shoots another pitch foul. Still 0-2 as lookout. Pitch goes up and in on Benny. He has to bend out of danger. 1-2. One, two from Ross Frank, who's going for his 4th inning of work as well. As the next pitch misses down and away. 2-2 now. Through the first 3.5 innings, both the Foxes and the Pioneers, as Benny swings and puts one in the air to right. Coming over is the right fielder. He'll dive, and he will not be able to make the catch. The ball lands fair, and Lauren Benny into second with a stand-up double. As Benny will come out, Brandon Jenkins on for courtesy runner's sake. First hit of the ball game for Benny, 4th hit for the Pios. Next to hit will be Jackson McFarland. First pitch outside. McFarland 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in his first AB. Back on June 3rd, McFarland had a 4-hit performance. See if he can channel some of that energy. Here comes the 1-0. Pitch catches the top of the zone. McFarland's a big guy. He's got a big zone. 1-1. 1-1 the count. Here it comes. Outside, 2-1. Leadoff double for Lauren Binney is how this inning has gotten underway. And now McFarland in a hitter's count, 2-1. Fastball at the knees, and that's strike 2. Two. Swing and a miss, and for the second time today, McFarland's down on strikes. That's strikeout number 4 for Ross Frank. 1 on, 1 out. Next to hit will be Kevin Blanco. Blanco singled. That was the first hit of the ball game for the Pios. Singled and came around to score back in the 3rd as the first pitch is going to get away from the catcher. Jenkins on his way over to 3rd, nearly overstepped. I think Easton Babe had to take a sigh of relief as Jenkins nearly had his foot come off the bag. 1-0 the count here to Blanco. 1-0 catches the outer black. Blanco nodding his head as he does, saying, all right. Says, all right, that's where it's at. Noted. 1-1. Blanco swings and pops one up towards the left side. Coming over is Einen, but he's going to run out of room and it'll get foul. Frank ahead on the count here. Frank ahead in the count here, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning as the next pitch misses outside. Blanco had to take a couple of steps in front of the catcher. Keep swinging at it. 2-2. Pitch misses inside. Blanco got to wear that. I'm kidding, obviously. Full count. Payoff pitch off the end of the bat, and that's gonna get down into shallow right. Kevin Blanco make him 2 for 2 today. An RBI single as Jenkins comes to score. And just like that, the Pioneers have taken the lead. It's now 3-2 in favor of Western Nebraska. Lineup flips. Here comes Mikey Pickett. Pickett first pitch swinging. That's going to get down into left field. Blanco rounding second. He's going to be held at second. As Pickett attacking on the first pitch. Make him 2 for 3 today. As it's now 2 on and only 1 out for Bryce Peterson. First pitch to Peterson misses down and away. The Pioneers starting to pick up the intensity here with the offense. Next pitch, looked outside, caught the outer part of the plate. Ball and a strike here to the Pioneers' second baseman. One and one. Here it comes. That pitch misses low. 2-1 the count now. Peterson, he's from Brighton, Colorado. attends UC Colorado Springs, University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Peterson swings at the next pitch he sees. That's down the right field line. Coming over is Bertucci. He slides, and he won't make the catch, and it's a foul ball. That got the crowd excited. Kevin Blanco was on his horse. He was ready to come in and score. Everyone's going to have to go back to their places. Counts 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Peterson also played a couple of years at Western Nebraska Community College. As the next pitch misses low. Full count now here for Peterson. Only one out of the inning, but not a bad idea to maybe send the runners here with a full count. Blanco dancing over on second. They do send the runners. Swing and a miss by Peterson. Slow down to third. Is going to get away from the third baseman. Blanco is coming in to score. Pickett being waved around for home. The throw will not be in time. And Mikey Pickett in to score. A strikeout for Bryce Peterson turns into 2 runs for the Pioneers. As they add on to their lead, it's now 5-2 Western Nebraska. Fifth strikeout for Frank. As Elijah Morale is going to be slapped with the error. As the first pitch to Antwine catches the zone, it's 0-1. No balls and a strike. Next pitch bounces to the plate. 1-1 the count here to the Pioneers center fielder. One. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. All Front Range League games stream on the Front Range Baseball Network on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube at Front Range Baseball Network. Next pitch to Antwine, misses outside. 2-2 the count here to Antwine. 2-2. Got him looking for a called third strike, and that'll end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Frank, but 3 runs in to score, 2 off of the stolen base attempt by Blanco that ended up, and the throw ended up getting into the outfield. 3 runs in to score. 3 runs on 3 hits, nobody left on, and 1 error in the inning. We'll go to the top half of inning number 5 on your West Coast scoreboards. It's the Pioneers 5 and the Foxes 2. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball at KNEB. Three runs into score in the bottom half of the fourth for the Pioneers as they begin the top half of inning number 5 with a 5-2 lead. Parker Regans will be the one to lead things off as Daniel Gomez working on his 5th inning of work here. He's ahead in the count 0-1. 0-1 misses inside, ball and a strike here. Regan is 0 for 1. Popped out to the first baseman his last time up. Next pitch is a fastball that misses inside. 2-1 the count. Two balls and a strike. Next pitch is a fastball on the outer corner. 2-2 now. Gomez going strikeout number 4. Would make it back-to-back strikeouts. He got one to end the 4th inning. Can't make it on that pitch as the fastball misses high. 3-2 now. Full count opportunity. Next to hit after Regans will be Drew Oreskes. Swing and a miss. Regans knew he shouldn't have swung at that. Or Fagans, excuse me. He's down swinging. It's the 4th strikeout for Daniel Gomez, and next to hit will be Drew Oreskes. Oreskes is 0 for 1. First pitch is a fastball, misses away, 1-0. Solid crowd here today. Friday night, everyone taking in some Pioneer baseball, getting ready to start the weekend. 1-0 swung on and hit in the air towards left center. It'll drift over towards left. And Goodwin will put it away for the 2nd out of the inning. If you count the out on the sacrifice, that is now 7 straight retired here by Gomez. Next to hit will be Cade Gavina. Singled and came around to score in the 3rd. First pitch fastball misses down and away. 1-0. One ball, no strikes here. 1-0 to the righty. Swung on. Down the line. Foul. Gavina. He is from Amarillo, Texas. He attends Fort Scott Community College. Here's the 1-1. Inside, it got a piece of him. That ends a streak of 7 straight retired by Gomez, as Gavina will make his way over to first after the hit by pitch. 2-out base runner for the Foxes will bring up Nuri Todd. Todd is 1 for 2. He doubled back in the 3rd inning. Got the offense started for the Foxes. First pitch misses low. Good job by Benny as he pops out of the crouch, deterring any thoughts of running by Gavina. 1-0 the count. Gomez takes a glance over at first. Here's the next pitch. Chopper back up the middle. Pickett slides, flip to Peterson, and the throw is in time for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. What he left on here for the Foxes. On your West Coast scoreboard, it's the Pioneers 5 and the Foxes 2. We'll take a break. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. Bottom of the fifth. Ready to get started. As Henry Douglas's first pitch swinging in the air to right. Bertucci coming over, and he will put it away for the out. Man, that was a loud crack of the bat. I think Douglas just got under it. Quickly, one out here in the inning. Ran into Coach Mike Babe before the game as the first pitch to Davis Goodwin is hit back foul, 0-1. He said, I want to shout out on the radio. I said, okay, what do you want me to say? And he goes, I don't care what you say. Just I want to shout out on the radio. I saw him, then later on I saw him in the batting cage taking a couple of whacks. You know, guys were cheering him on. 1-1. Chopper, as a few Pioneers have to get out of the way of that one. Goodwin is 0 for 1 today. Was hit by a pitch his last time up as the next pitch misses outside. Good attempt at a frame job there by Morales. 2-2 the count. 2-2. Chopper back to the mound. Gloved by Frank. Throw to first is in time. There's two gone. One to three on the put out. Next to hit here will be Luis Quintero. Quintero, first pitch swinging in the air to center. Going back on it is Todd. He will put it away for the third out of the inning. Quick half of the inning. 3 up, 3 down go the Pioneers. They still lead it on your West scoreboard. It's Western Nebraska 5 and Fort Collins 2. We'll take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. Top half of inning number 6 ready to get underway here for the Pioneers, as they were put down in short order in the last half inning. Looking to do the same here to the Foxes. It will be the middle third of the order due up here. Or actually, it's the 2, 3, 4 guys due up for the Foxes, as Owen May will be the one to lead things off here. Swing and a miss at the first pitch. May wanted to attack early, got a little aggressive, and he swung at a pitch at about his eyes, and it's 0-1. Oh, 1 inside. 1-1 the count now. May is 0 for 1. Struck out and then hit a sacrifice fly his last time up. Fastball skips to the plate. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. See what Daniel Gomez has going for his 6th inning of work. Check swing. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire. 3-1. Three and 1. Here it comes. Looked good. Is good. Right at the knees for a called strike. May thought that was ball 4. Home plate umpire thought that was strike 2. 3-2 now. Gomez looking for strikeout number 5 here. Here it comes. That pitch stays low, and May will get his walk. As a leadoff walker drawn by the Foxes. As next to hit will be Hank Smith. Say, folks, July 7th and July 8th, the Front Range League All-Star Spectacular at beautiful Oregon Trail Park right here in Gering. Check on the runner. He'll dive back safely. The 2-day All-Star Spectacular is presented by Arrowhead Distributing. I always mess that up. Distributing. Day 1, Home Run Derby featured by one player from each Front Range League team. Pitch in the dirt. Runner breaks for second. Benny's not even going to throw, and May into second after that. Day 1, Home Run Derby featuring one player from each FRL team. And Day 2, an all-star luncheon at the Gering Civic Center and a 6:35 Mountain Time start for the first ever Front Range League All-Star Game, followed by fireworks presented by Culver's Restaurants. Next pitch is a fastball that catches the inner part of the plate. Ball on a strike here to the Fox's designated hitter. For more tickets and information, visit frontRangeLeague.com or WNPioneers.com. Fastball. Benny thought that caught the outside corner. Home plate umpire did not, and it's 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. No, Gomez is going to look the man back to second. Two and 1 the count here to Smith. He is 1 for 2 today. Got the first inning started with a double after the first 2 guys went down. Chopper up the first base line. Held on to here for, it'll get foul, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Got him looking. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 5 for Daniel Gomez. And there's 1 gone here in the inning. One out, runner on second. Next to hit for Fort Collins is going to be Nick Bertucci. First pitch to Bertucci is a fastball on the outside part of the plate for a strike, 0-1. Two runs, 3 hits, 1 error of the line for the Foxes so far in this one. 0-1 from Gomez is swung on and hit back foul. 1-2. 0-2, actually. Bertucci steps out of the box, takes a second to collect himself. 0 for 2 today, struck out and popped out. Next pitch is in the air to right. Going back on it is Douglas. Now he has to come in, and he is not going to be able to make the basket catch. Throw in from Douglas is going to be handled by McFarland. That hit off the glove of Douglas, so call that an E9. As Bertucci into second here. Second and third now with only 1 out of the inning. I think the only reason that May doesn't score on that is because he's waiting to see if Douglas is going to catch it. Elijah Einen, first pitch swinging on the ground is second. Peterson's got it. Throw to first is in time. There's 2 outs in the inning, but a run does come in to score. And also Bertucci will move over to third. So 1 run there for the Foxes as they've cut into the lead. It's now 5-3 in favor of Western Nebraska. First pitch to Elijah Morales. Misses outside for a strike. Outside for a ball. Some wins here. As the next pitch bounces. Some wins, but nothing really too much going on. Weather says storms possible this evening. Only about a 30% chance of storms. 2-0 pitch to Morales is in the air to left. That's going to get just over the head of Goodwin as he tried to leap to get it. 1 run's going to score. Morales into second, and it's an RBI double here for Elijah Morales. Ooh, they put the error. They're calling that an E7. Bertucci in to score. Morales at second now. Foxes are within a run here. It's 5-4 now. First pitch from Gomez. Good fastball. Swing and a miss by Parker Fagans. And it's 0-1. Don't see anyone throwing in the Pioneer bullpen quite yet. There is someone throwing in the Foxes bullpen, at least someone who's stretching right now as the next pitch is hit back foul. 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Trying to end the inning here, try to hold on to this lead. Here comes the 0-2. Got him looking. Strike 3 called, and that will end the inning. Strikeout number 6 for Daniel Gomez. Second time Fagan has gone down via the K. But a couple of runs do come in to score. No runs, no hits. Excuse me, 2 runs, no hits, 2 errors for the Pioneers. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 6. On your West Coast scoreboard, it's the Pioneers 5 and the Foxes 4. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. Bottom half of inning number 6 set to get underway here as Lauren Binney will be the one to lead things off here for Western Nebraska as he takes a look at the first pitch for a strike. Breaking ball popped up behind the plate. Coming over is Morales, and he will not be able to get there as foul ball into the stands. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 misses 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes. I think some nachos fell victim due to that foul ball as the next pitch to Binney is popped up. It'll get up against the screen. And it's a foul ball. Binney trying to stay alive here. Binney, 1 for 1. He doubled and came around to score in the 4th. One, 2. Swing and a miss, and there is the first out of the inning. 7th strikeout for Frank. And he's done a great job of limiting walks as well. He has not allowed a single walk so far in this one. Jackson McFarland will be the next to hit as the first pitch to him misses for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. McFarland 0 for 2, trying to avoid that trick here. Swing and a miss, and he's down to the count again, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Frank gets the sign, the wind up, and the pitch is outside, 2-1. 2-2, actually. Excuse me. 2-2. McFarland cranks one down the right field line, but it's going to get plenty foul. And it's 2-2. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Actually might have caught a piece of it, but Morales able to hold on to it. And there's another strikeout for Ross Frank. 8th strikeout. Also the 7th straight Pioneer that Frank has been able to set down here. First pitch to Kevin Blanco, catches the bottom part of the zone for a strike. Blanco says, okay. Oh, 1. Blanco couldn't hold back. Went after it, thought, and second guessed himself and couldn't pull the bat back in time. Quickly down 0-2. Next pitch, misses low, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom half of inning number 6. Blanco right back up the middle. A 3-hit performance here for the birthday kid. Kevin Blanco, 3 for 3 with 3 singles. As now the Pioneers will get ready for their 4th time through the order, as next to hit will be Mikey Pickett. Pickett, 2 for 3 today. He's attacking on the first pitch he sees and shoots it foul, 0-1. I talked to him the other day as he taps another one foul, 0-2. I talked to him the other day and I asked him, you know, you're just graduated from high school and you're already here playing against guys from all sorts of different backgrounds when it comes to baseball, some D1 guys all the way down to NAIA, JUCO, just playing against guys from all different levels. How much of a difference is it as Blanco breaks for second, pitches outside, the throw down is in time. What a throw by Morales, and got Blanco right on the top of the head. Kevin Blanco caught stealing to end the inning. Pickett's going to have another chance in the 7th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on after Blanco caught stealing to end the inning. We'll go to the top half of inning number 7 on your West Coast scoreboard. It's the Pioneers 5 and the Foxes 4. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB.
All right, I have a couple players going today. I'll
And Silver.
And they're doing judges today. So we have 2 tossers over here and toss them over here. They'll hit them as far as whoever hits them the farthest wins. Are you guys ready? Go. I think we might have a winner. We'll get a second. We have a winner. Thank you guys. Back to you, Bill.
All right,
Beginning the top half of inning number 7. There's a new pitcher on the mound here for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. As on to pitch now is going to be Cameron Meyer. 8, 9, and 1 guys due up here for Fort Collins as Drew Oreskes, is going to take a look at the first pitch for a strike. A 1 from The right-hander misses. Next pitch, missed just low. Meyer on the bump. He's from Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Little sidearm action for him as the next pitch is in there for a strike. He's from Scottsbluff, and he attends college at Western Nebraska Community College. Two just misses, and it's 3-2. Oreskes 0 for 2. Payoff pitch. Fought back foul. I think that caught a lot more of the zone than Oreskes thought it was going to, as that was kind of just an emergency swing. Fights it off foul. Payoff pitch. Got the inner part of the plate for a called third strike. I don't think Oreskes agreed too much with that call. But nonetheless, there's the first out of the inning and the first strikeout already for Cameron Meyer. Next to hit will be Cade Gavina. So he takes a look at the first pitch right at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Gavina, 1-1. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, hit in the air to right, left, going over is Goodwin. He jumps for it again, can't get it. It's going to get down, and that's going to be a double for Cade Gavina. Two hits on two at-bats here for Gavina. As next to hit, top of the order, Nuri Todd. Fourth time through the order here for the Foxes as Todd shoots one up the first base line foul. Todd 1 for 3. He doubled and came around to score in the third. A 1. Floats in and stays outside. Good off speed that time from Meyer. And it's 1-1. Next pitch, swung on, fouled back. 1-2. Change on the defensive side of things. Jackson McFarland has come out. And over at first base now is Ashton Pinedo. Next pitch to Todd, misses. 2-2. Overall, the rest of the defense looks the same. Pinedo is at first. He's going to get a chance here as he slides and it kicks off of him. Excuse me. And everyone's going to be safe as that kicked off of Pinedo. There's some discussion about it. They are going to give E3 to Pinedo on that one. I think I just saw Ben Einesen ask Easton Babe if he was okay with them throwing an error on that one, and I think I saw him nod his head as this is a comebacker right over the head of Meyer. Good thing he was able to get out of the way of that one as Owen May is going to have a single throw in to third. Todd stays safe at third. May breaking for second. The throw just barely not in time. It was a bang-bang play there at second as May with an RBI single. Meanwhile, Cade Kavina has come in to score, and we're all knotted up at 5 aside now. Hank Smith takes a look at a breaking ball drop into the zone, and he kind of bent over, and oh man, I should have swung at that one. 0-1. Up and in. 1-1. Someone in the crowd made a strike call. Almost had me fooled. Almost. 1-1. Chopper towards the mound. Meyer will just be forced to flip it to the first baseman covering. And a run will come in to score, as that'll be the second out of the inning. RBI ground out for Hank Smith as Todd comes in to score. May advances to third. And next to hit is Nick Bertucci. Another run in to score for Fort Collins. They have now taken the lead. It's 6-5 for the Fox in favor of the Foxes. As the first pitch from Meyer misses inside for a ball, 1-0. 1-0. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1 now. Bertucci is 0 for 3. Reached base via an error his last time up and came around to score. Check swing, and it's in the zone. In the zone, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Too high. Right at about his eyes, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the inning. Can Meyer get out of it? Yes, he can. A foul tip into the glove for strike 3 will end the inning, but not before the Fort Collins Foxes put 2 on the board. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and a runner left on. Stretch time here in Gering. So we'll take a break. 2 runs in to score. On your West Coast scoreboard, it's the Foxes 6 and the Pioneers 5. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. Bottom half of inning number 7, the Foxes have taken the lead after the top half of the 7th as they put 2 runs on the board. 6-5 the score. New pitcher on the mound For the Foxes, Dominic Skefflow. Skefflow on to pitch here for the Foxes. Excuse me. Skefflow is from Gilbert, Arizona. Plays his college ball at Phoenix Community College as the first pitch to Mikey Pickett misses up and away. Pickett looked a square and was able to pull it back in time, 1-0. Pickett is 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles to his credit as the next pitch misses inside. Nearly got him with that pitch, 2-0. He's second on the team in hit by pitches. He's been hit by 3 pitches so far, and he's only appeared in 5 games. Two-0. Too high, 3-0. Down a run, 3-0 count. I would assume he does not have the green light here. Skefflow assumed he didn't. He did not. Pickett takes a look at the next pitch. In for the strike, 3-1. Pickett rips one as Babe has to get out of the way. From 3-0, it's now 3-2. Full count pitch here for Skefflow. Pickett taps one up the first base line and foul. Pickett is from Fremont, California. He's committed to play college ball at Fresno State. Just got done with his senior year of high school. As the 3-2 is popped foul, we'll try again. Fresno State, they're known as the Bulldogs. They play Division I baseball in the Mountain West Conference. And they were eliminated in the regional tournament by UCLA. As Pickett thought that was ball 4. Next pitch catches the outer part of the zone for a called strike 3. And Pickett down looking. So a strikeout out of the gate here for Skefflow. As Bryce Peterson takes a look at the first pitch he sees, it's low for a ball, 1-0. Peterson is 1 for 3 today. Last at bat, he struck out back in the 4th as the next pitch to him is on the inner corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1-1. Stayed low. 2-1. That looked more like a strike than the last pitch. Here comes the 2-1. Up and away. Hitters count all the way now. 3-1. 3-1. Prime hitters count here. You can be pretty picky with what you want to swing at here. Peterson has to foul the next pitch off. 3-2. Skefflow chose to go right after him. Kind of had to in that situation. Count moves full. 3-2. 3-ball count. Tyler Antwine will be the next to hit. Next pitch. Got him looking on the inner part of the plate for a called third strike. Back-to-back frozen strikeouts, looking strikeouts for Skefflow. As next to hit will be Tyler Antwine. Antwine is 0 for 2 today. He takes a look at the first pitch for a first pitch fastball. Stays high, 1-0. Left the hands of the pitcher way too early, and it's 2-0. Right on left matchup here as Antwine digging into the handed batter's box. 2-0. Good curveball. Couldn't get Antwine to chase. It's 3-0. Should Antwine get on base, Henry Douglas will be the next to hit. (3-0). Antwine looking to bunt, pulls it back, and that's ball 4. Four-pitch walk drawn by Antwine. And next to hit is an uncharacteristically hitless Henry Douglas. Over 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Definitely looking to change that here as the first pitch is a strike at the knees, 0-1. Strikeout in the second, strikeout in the third, and then he flew out in the fifth. Up the third base line, dived by the third baseman. That's going to get through for a hit. Antwine's going to get the stop sign at second, and it's a single for Henry Douglas. You knew he wasn't going to stay hitless for long. And it's first and second now with 2 outs. Next to hit will be Davis Goodwin. As the 8th hit of the ball game here for the Pios. First pitch to Davis Goodwin. Misses low for a ball, 1-0. Goodwin. He's from Bakersfield, California. Be playing his college ball next year at UC Santa Barbara as the next pitch is just over the head of the third baseman. That's going to get down. That'll tie the ball game up. Stop sign for Easton Babe on the next runner from second. Throw into third's not going to be in time. And it's an RBI double for Davis Goodwin. Actually, it'd probably just rule it a single there. But an RBI knock for Davis Goodwin. Ties the ball game up. It's 6-all. And with 2 on and 2 out, here comes Luis Quintero. So Antwine in to score after that. First pitch to Quintero misses down and away for a ball, 1-0. Quintero is from Macaray, Venezuela. Attends Highland Community College out in Illinois. 1-0. Swung on and hit back foul. 1-1 the count. Quintero is 0 for 2. Got hit by a pitch back in the second. It's been the one time he's been able to get on base tonight. 1-1, here it comes. Swing and a miss, and he's down in the count 1-2 now. Quintero down in the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leads the team in doubles. He's got 5. So he swings and he puts one into left field. That's going to get down for a hit. Babe waving the trail runner home. Left fielder has a little trouble with it. Throw's going to go into second. And it's going to be a 2-run single for Luis Quintero. And the Pioneers have taken the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. It's now 8-6 in favor of Western Nebraska. That came off the bat. I thought I spoke another double into existence. I'm sure Quintero will take a single here in this scenario, as that's the 3rd run that's come across to score here in the inning. And it's a 2-run lead here for Western Nebraska. Time called and a mound visit by the Foxes. Don't see anyone up and stretching in the Foxes bullpen. Don't see anyone in the Pioneer bullpen either. Actually, there is one person who is starting to stretch over in the Pioneer bullpen. Can't quite get a number on that. Next to hit here will be Lauren Binney, as the first pitch he sees is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Binney, 1 for 2 today, doubled back in the 4th. Quintero breaks for second. Binney swings and misses. The throw down will not be in time. Head man for the Foxes comes out and asks Binney. On Binney's swing, he did kind of take a step towards the plate. Head man for the Foxes wanted interference. Home plate umpire says no, what he did was natural and did not affect the catcher. 0-2. Foul. Right off the top of his bat, over towards the first base dugout. 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Skefflo gets the sign. Quintero dancing around at second. 0-2, misses down and away, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes here. Glance back at second. Here it comes. Up and in to Binney, 2-2 now. From 0-2, now 2-2. Pioneers have been working here in the inning. Glance back at second. Here comes the 2-2. Inside. Ball 3. Morales almost lost it. Ball was right at his feet. Couldn't find it quickly, but he found it quickly enough for Quintero to not consider advancing. From 0-2 to 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Binney pops one foul, and we'll try it again here at 3-2. Binney talked about this earlier. He missed a few games after attending a family reunion back home in Vegas. Back here, he's been contributing greatly for the Pios as Binney swings and hits one in the air, pops it up towards the shortstop. That's May, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out. 3 runs come in to score here in the bottom half of inning number 3. In the bottom half of inning number 7, we're not going back in time. 3. There's 3s all around. On your West Coast scoreboard, it's the Pioneers 8 and the Foxes 6. We'll take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. We're getting closer towards the end of this ball game as we're in the top half of inning number 8. Is it just me, or did things seem to get a bit brighter out there? All of a sudden, it looked like something got a bit brighter. The sun is still out. The clouds are they have an orangish hue to them now, thanks to the sunset. Not sure what happened here. Did they just now turn on the lights? I think the lights have been on for a couple of innings now. As the first pitch to Elijah Einen. Miss it is in there for a strike, 0-1. Cameron Meyer still out there on the mound. 1-1 the count. 1-1, swing and a miss. Big swing that time from Einen. And he's down in the count, 1-2. 0 for 3. He came into this ball game leading the Foxes in average with a .522 average. So far, he's been able to be held hitless as he fouls another one off. 0-2, 1-2. The count will stay. One ball, 2 strikes. Meyer, in his second inning of work, throws a fastball that misses high, 2-2. Foxes have been able to put up 2 runs in the last 2 innings as that pitch is popped up towards the shallow right. Coming over will be Peterson, and he'll make the play for the first out. One out here in the top half of inning number 8. Next to hit for Fort Collins will be Elijah Morales. First pitch stays high. One and 0. Swung on and hit back foul. 1-1 the count. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Meyer. Pop back foul. Count moves to 1-2 now. One out. Nobody on here. Top of the 8th. As the next pitch misses down and away, 2-2 the count. 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error of the line for the Foxes. Next pitch popped up towards the left side. Blanco, everyone giving chase on the left side of the infield, and that one will get out of play for a foul ball. Morales is 0 for 3. Reached base via an error his last time up. Meyer trying to get his 3rd strikeout here already. Fastball misses high. Good eye there from Morales, and it's full now, 3-2. Parker Fagans will be the next to hit. Swing and a miss at the 3-2 pitch. Morales down on strike. Strikeout number 3 for Meyer. As there's 2 outs now here in the top half of inning number 8. Parker Fagans will be the next to hit, as time called here for home plate umpire to dust off the plate. First pitch on its way. Swing and a miss. Nice slider there from Meyer. And he's ahead in the count here. It's 0-1. Fagans 0 for 3. He struck out twice. Outside, 1-1 the count. Good fastball. Good place to miss there. Couldn't get Fagans to chase. 1-1 now. 1-1. Swung on. One hopper through the infield, and that'll get into left for a base knock. Two-out single for Fagans for his first hit of the ball game. Next to hit now will be Drew Oreskes. As time called here, as Easton Babe will come out and talk some strategy here with Meyer. Can't quite tell. I think there is someone up and throwing in the Pioneer bullpen and being boxed out by a light pole. Not too sure. Yeah, there is someone throwing out there. He just left the light pole. Give you a scoreboard update around the Front Range League. They're telling me there's no games. I know that's not true. There it goes. One final already here in the Front Range as the Boulder 64s made the trip over to Arvada and took down the Diamond Club Collegians by a score of 17-7. First pitch swinging is Oreskes as that's in the air to right. That's going to get down and be extra bases. Rounding second, they're going to send the runner from first home, and they're not even going to throw home. Another run in here for the Foxes as Fagans goes first to home, and it's an RBI double for Drew Oreskes. And the Foxes are within a run now. It's 8-7 in favor of the Pios. Courtesy runner in for the Foxes as Gunnar Hukert will come on in. Heikart, excuse me, Gunnar Heikart. First pitch swinging is Cade Gavina. So it'll get foul. Oh, 1. As mentioned, talk about the Boulder 64s took down the Diamond Club Collegians by a score of 17-7 today. Another game going on. The Greeley Grays taking on the NoCo Prospectors. Currently, they're in the bottom of the 7th with the Prospectors leading 7-2. Prospectors will be in town tomorrow here in Gering. 0-1 bounces to the plate, ball and a strike, and of course here in Gering, top of the 8th. Pioneers with the lead, 8-7, but the Foxes knocking on the door. One ball and a strike as Gavina pops one foul. I think he feels like he should have had that. Gavina, he is 2 for 2. He doubled and came around to score back in the 7th. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Meyer glances back over at second. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit back up the middle. That's going to get down for a hit. As Gavina hyping up the dugout. The throw into home is going to be offline, and it's an RBI single by Cade Gavina. And we are right back where we started. It's all tied up at 8 apiece. Third hit of the ball game for Cade Gavina. As the Foxes, will now start their 5th time through the order as Nuri Todd will come in to hit. First pitch to the left-hander, catches the outer black for a strike. It's 0-1. Todd swings and hits one in the air to left. Going back on it, it's a good one. It's going to hit the wall on the fly. Throw in is going to be cut off by Blanco, and it will be a double for Nuri Todd as the lead runner Gavina will go first to third, and that will be the end of the line here for Cameron Meyer. Man in the bullpen for the Pioneers was Robert Guerrero. He made an appearance yesterday. We'll see who it is coming out of the bullpen. Everyone coming out of the dugout, giving Meyer his high fives. He had a decent outing. A couple of strikeouts, 3 strikeouts in an inning and some change. Inning and 2/3. He will leave the game. He will be He is responsible for those runners on second and third. So a couple of runs inherited here by the reliever. Confirm who that man is out there on the mound. As it does look like it's Robert Guerrero out there for Western Nebraska. Gave the Front Range League scoreboard update. Give the update in the Professional League. MLB scoreboard update. There are, let's see here. There are 7 games, 6 games actively going. 1 just ended. That was the Athletics taking on the Royals. A's beat the Royals 6-4. Kansas City. In the top of the 5th, it's the Marlins beating the Nationals right now, 6-2. Top of the 6th, the Orioles taking it to the Angels, 2-0 the score there. Top of the 9th, last chance for the Cardinals as the Brewers are beating them 3-1. Bottom of the 4th, Diamondbacks and Padres, NL West matchup, D-backs on top 2-1. Bottom of the 2nd, they're just getting started out in Seattle, Guardians and Mariners. No one has scored there yet. And top of the 3rd in L.A., another NL West matchup, Dodgers and Giants tied at 1 apiece. Couple of finals for you. Pirates beat the Cubs in 10 innings by a score of 2-1. Red Sox beat the Yankees in 10 innings by a score of 2-1. And the Braves took down the Rockies by a score of 12-4. Owen May will be the first guy to greet Robert Guerrero as the first pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Guerrero is from Wilmington, California. He attends Maryland Eastern Shore. 1-0, outside, 2-0. Guerrero made an appearance in yesterday's ball game. He went a couple of innings in that one. Down in the counter here, 2 balls and no strikes. Pioneers do have a base open here. 2-0 to May outside. He's not biting. May is 1 for 2, single homer run back in the 7th. He also had a sacrifice fly in the 3rd that brought home a run. Fastball catches the zone. 3-1 now here. Just need 1 out. Do the Pios. Three balls and a strike. Guerrero readies. Here it comes. Down and away. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded now here with 2 outs. Second walk that May has drawn here in this one. Next to hit for the Foxes is going to be Hank Smith. Smith doubled in the 1st. He's been held hitless since then. Nice pitch there from Guerrero as the off-speed pitch floats into the zone. It's 0-1. It's the 5th straight guy to get on base for the Foxes after that walk, as the next pitch just missed off the plate away. 1-1. Fans thought that was strike 2. Home plate umpire thought that was ball 1. I think his word carries a little more weight. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Great pitch. Great change up there by Guerrero. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Smith is the 8th batter in the inning here for the Foxes. Be a big strikeout here if Guerrero can get it. Pitch is swung on, hit in the air towards left field. Going over is Goodwin, and he will put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. Foxes get 2 runs on 3 hits, and they leave them loaded. It's only 2 runs in, but it could have been a lot worse for the Pios. As on your West Coast scoreboard, it's the Pioneers 8 and the Foxes 8. We'll take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. Lucky number. Bottom half of inning number 8 ready to get underway as we're all tied up at 8 apiece. After 2 runs came in to score for the Foxes to put us at 8 apiece. There's a new pitcher on the mound for Fort Collins. We'll get that for you here in just a second, as Ashton Pinedo taking his first AB of the ball game. He came in defensively back in the 6th. He takes a big cut and miss at the fastball. It's 0-1. Next pitch is a fastball on the outer part of the plate for a strike. 0-2 the count now. Still can't quite get a number here. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Pinedo. Caught the outer black for a called third strike. And 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Pinedo's down looking. On the mound for the Foxes is Hank Smith. So the Foxes have foregone their designated hitter as Hank Smith was in that DH role. As it's 0-1 here now to Kevin Blanco. Hank Smith has got some zip, with a capital zip, on that fastball. And it's 1-1. There's another fastball, foul. 1-2 now. Blanco keeping his hitting streak alive. He's 3 for 3 today with 3 singles. So he's gotten a hit in all 7 games he's appeared in. Now all 8 that he's appeared in, as the next pitch is a fastball that misses outside. 2-2. Two misses. 3-2 now. Top of the order, waiting. Mikey Pickett will be the next to hit here after this Kevin Blanco at bat. 3-2 swung on, hit in the air to left center. Coming over is Todd. He slides and he does not make the catch. Home plate umpire says that it hit the ground first. It was a great sliding effort there by Todd. Good job to knock it down and probably prevent extra bases for Kevin Blanco. But have a night, Kevin Blanco. 4 for 4 with 4 singles, as he has been the table setter all game long. And he does it again here. First pitch fastball misses high to Mikey Pickett, and it's a 1-0. Floats into the zone. Good pitch that time by Smith, and it's 1-1. Ball on a strike. Here it comes. Up and in to Pickett. 2-1 now. I kind of touched on this earlier in the broadcast. 2-1 might be the most important count in an at-bat. Because 3-1 is a massive advantage for the hitter, but 2-2, you're into some trouble if you're the batter, and Pickett has found himself here in a 2-2 count. Here it comes. Outside, and we're full. 3-2. Bryce Peterson will be next. Pickett's had a couple of singles himself. Pioneers fans would love another one, and he goes down looking instead. Borderline pitch. I think no matter what you called it, the other side wasn't going to be happy. And Pickett goes down looking. There's 2 gone here in the inning. Man on first here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Runner breaks for second. Swing and a miss by Peterson. Throw down, and Blanco has been gunned for the 2nd time today. Blanco thrown out trying to steal, and I think the shortstop said something to Kevin Blanco because he is staring into that dugout, and now there's some jawing going back and forth. Blanco walking over towards the first base dugout. as Owen May definitely had something to say to Kevin Blanco after Blanco got thrown out trying to steal. No runs, no hits, no runs, one hit, nobody left on. Go to the top half of inning number 9. We'll take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball here on KNEB. Pioneers trying to hold the Foxes scoreless as they've been able to put 2 runs up in each of the last 3 innings. As the Pioneers hope to send it to the 9th with a chance to walk it off. It'll be the middle third of the order due up here for Fort Collins. As the man to lead things off will be Nick Bertucci. First pitch to Bertucci in there for a strike as Robert Guerrero begins his first full inning of work, as he was called on to get the final out in the 7th inning. Was able to do that without bringing in any more runs. Next pitch is a fastball that stays outside. 1-1 the count now. Here comes the 1-1 from Guerrero. Swung on and hit back foul. Guerrero jumps ahead on the count here, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes here. Bertucci 0 for 4 today. He reached base via an error back in the 6th. 1-2, stays below the D's, 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes here to the leadoff man. Fastball. Got him looking. 3rd strike called. And there's 1 gone in the inning. First strikeout for Robert Guerrero. And next to hit will be Elijah Einen. Einen 0 for 4 today. Fastball stays outside. That had a good pop on it. 1-0. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1 now. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the next pitch from Guerrero. Skips away. No one on base. Don't have to worry about anyone running. 2-1 the count. Big pitch here. Here it comes to Einen. Foul ball. Guerrero jumps ahead in the count here. It's 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Already one out here in the top half of inning number 9. 2-2. Outside ball 3. Pioneers fans got loud for that one. Count moves full from 2-2. It's now 3-2. Payoff pitch. Got him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Robert Guerrero. Elijah Einen didn't agree with it. Had a couple of words for the home plate umpire. And it's back-to-back looking strikeouts for Robert Guerrero. And next to hit will be Elijah Morales. Morales is 0 for 4 today. Chopper towards the left side. Blanco's got it. Throw to first in time, and that'll end the inning. Pioneers hyped out of the dugout. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Foxes. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 9. Pioneers with a chance to walk it off. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. Pioneers hang a 0 on the scoreboard in the top half of inning number 9 as they'll look to try to walk things off here in the bottom half. Two, three, four guys due up here for Western Nebraska. As on to lead things off here for the Pios is going to be Bryce Peterson. First pitch to him, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Hank Smith still out there pitching for the Foxes, as the next pitch is a fastball that misses outside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Fastball in there. Peterson still ahead in the count. It's 2-1. Breaking ball as Peterson has to duck out of the way of that one. It's 3-1. Peterson swings, and he puts one into opposite field, into right for a base hit, and the Pioneers get it started off with a single. Leadoff single for Bryce Peterson. Make him 2 for 5 today. Next to hits Tyler Antwine. First pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Pioneers with a chance to walk it off. First walk-off chance they've had here this season. They also have yet to have a game that goes into extra innings as the next pitch misses for a ball, 2-1. Next pitch to Antwine. Outside, pops out of the glove of Morales. Doesn't go far enough to entice Peterson to run. 2 balls and a strike. Antwine is 0 for 2 today. He walked and came around to score his last time up. 2-1. Chopper back up the middle. Second baseman scoops it up, steps on the bag for 1, throw to first in time, and it's a double play. Just hit it right at the second base bag, did Antwine. And it doesn't get much of it's not much of an easier turn than that. Because all you got to do is step on the bag and fire to first. 4-3 and a double play, and there's 2 outs and nobody on here in the inning. Time called as Morales will pop out and talk things over here with Hank Smith. Henry Douglas next to hit. He's 1 for 4. He's off. He's singled in his last AB. Really talking strategy out there to try to calm Smith down. Home plate umpire was about ready to come over and break it up. Hey, guys, we got to get this game going. But all right, they discussed on how they want to attack Douglas. Will they be able to execute the plan as the first pitch misses inside for a ball, 1-0? One ball, no strikes here to the power hitting Douglas. As the lefty swings and puts one in the air to left, going over is Fagans. He slides and he's able to put a glove on the ball, and that will end the inning. For the first time this season, we will have extra innings as we'll go to the top half of inning number 10 on your West Coast scoreboard. It's the Pioneers 8, the Foxes 8. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. The first will become the 11th. For the first time this season, the Western Nebraska Pioneers find themselves playing extra inning baseball as we'll begin the top half of inning number 10. Since this is the first time I've been able to do this season, go over the go over the extra innings. Extra innings rules, if I can find my sheet. As we're getting ready to get things going here. As I mentioned, the first time this season that the Pioneers have had extra innings here this season. Other notes, here we go. Beginning with the 10th inning, each half inning, have a runner on second base. That runner is the person previous in the batting order to the first batter of that inning. As the man leading things off is Parker Fagans. He'll bunt the ball back, trying to bunt the guy over is Fort Collins. So Elijah Morales is the runner at second. Extra innings have a runner at second here. First pitch, next pitch to Fagans, misses for a ball. 1-1 the count here. Fagans is 1 for 4 today. As the next pitch is a fastball that misses outside. 2-1. You're just joining us, you've missed a lot. We're in the top of the 10th inning. The Foxes and the Pioneers tied up at 8 apiece here. 2-1. Looking to square again, and it'll bounce foul. Counts evened up at 2-2. All right, 2 strikes. Do you take the bunt sign off? 2 strikes isn't necessarily a deterrent for the bunt for some coaches. Do you tell your guy to just swing away here? The guy that's 1 for 4, he's coming off of the hit. We'll see. I've seen it. Some guys still try to square with 2 strikes. 2-2. Got him. Look at strike 3 called. Fagans goes down looking. The 3rd strikeout for Robert Guerrero. And there's 1 gone here in the 10th. As for the first time tonight, the new man at the plate. Big swing and miss at the fastball, as up to hit for Fort Collins is going to be Gunnar Heikert. So Heikert getting his first AB here in the 10th. Good luck, kid. Big spot. And he gets hit. Heikert gets hit with the pitch. So it puts runners at first and second now with 1 out. So there goes the base open, which might not necessarily be a bad thing if you're Western Nebraska. Blanco playing pretty close to that third base bag, as the first pitch to Cade Gavina misses for a ball. 1-0. Gavina, he's the one who tied this ball game up back in the 8th at an RBI single. 1-0. Swung on, hit towards Peterson. He leaps. He's not going to be able to get it. Runner from second being sent home. Throw's going to go to third, and it's another RBI single for Cade Gavina. As Morales comes in to score. And here in the 10th, the Foxes have taken the lead. It's now 9-8 in favor of Fort Collins. Only one out here in the inning, excuse me. As back-to-back base runners gives the Foxes a one-run lead and a lot more damage to be done out there on the base paths. Two on, one out, one home here in the 10th inning for Fort Collins as Nuri Todd will be the next to hit. Sixth time through the order here for Fort Collins as the first pitch to Todd misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Todd is 2 for 5, couple of doubles for him here. Double here, and this game would be broken wide open. Time called by Todd. He'll step out, stretch. He also reached via an error back in the 7th. He came around to score on. 9 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The line here for Fort Collins. Chopper up the first base line. It'll get foul. 1-1. And as I mentioned, the first time in extra innings for the Pioneers. Coming from a team, and now time called. Not too sure what that was. The umpire called time. I think someone was coming out to go grab the baseball. One swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Guerrero. It's a ball and 2 strikes here in the inning. Here in the at-bat. It's like there is someone getting warm in the Pioneer bullpen. Getting ready to throw. Here comes the 1-2 from Guerrero as he's looking back at second. Pickoff attempt, and not sure why Guerrero even threw that. It was nearly a ball that skipped off of Pickett and into the outfield. It's the last thing you need right now. 1-2. Swung on, hit in the air to shallow center. Going back is Pickett. Antwine calls everyone off, and he's going to be the one to put it away for the out. Pioneers not out of the woods yet, as next to hit for the Foxes will be Owen May. Man up and throwing in the Pioneer bullpen is Carter Reisig. First pitch from Guerrero misses for a ball as Owen May digs in here. May is 1 for 2. He drew a walk his last time up. Guerrero readies the 1-0. Bounces to the plate. That one bounced basically straight up in the air. Benny was hopping around. He couldn't find it for a couple of seconds. But he's able to grab it before anyone could think about advancing. 2 balls and no strikes. Down and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Two outs, 2 on. Force it any base, but you don't have a base open here. 3-0 and up a run. Do you have a green light? If he may. He may not, as the next pitch is in there for a strike. Trying to battle back after being down 3-0. Swung on, hit in the air, left center. Coming on is Goodwin, and he will put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. That one looked like it was going to find a gap. Great range that time by Davis Goodwin. But the Foxes do get a run home, so the Pioneers will have some work to do as we head to the bottom half of inning number 10. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 man left on. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 10 on your West Coast scoreboards. The Foxes 9 and the Pioneers 8. Last chance for Western Nebraska when we come back. One run came in to score for Fort Collins in the top half of inning number 10. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 guys due up for Western Nebraska. A thing to remember here in the extra innings, you do start with a runner on second. That man for the Pioneers is going to be Henry Douglas, as he was the last man to bat in the 9th for Western Nebraska. As Davis Goodwin, the man who made the great catch in left field to send it to the bottom half of the inning, will now stand in and try to see if he can't get Douglas across. Corner infielders playing in, protecting the bunt. Goodwin is 1 for 3 today, singled in the 7th. Goodwin doesn't appear to be bunting, as the first pitch is a fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Hank Smith still out there for the Foxes, excuse me. 1-0 outside, and it's 1-1. So that got a few guys in the Fort Collins dugout to adjust their seats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leadoff man here in the 10th inning for the Pios. As the next pitch to Goodwin misses for a ball. 2-1 the count. Two balls and a strike. Next pitch misses down and away for a ball. 3-1 the count. That first baseman, Oreskes, he just keeps, or excuse me, that's Heikert over there now. He just keeps creeping closer and closer. He's backed off now. 3-1. Misses. Ball 4, and the bat flip to the dugout by Davis Goodwin. Puts runners on first and second here with nobody out. So the winning run on base now here for Western Nebraska. As next to hit will be Luis Quintero. Quintero is 1 for 3 today. As time will be called here, Fort Collins going to come out and talk things over with how they want to attack Luis. All Front Range League games stream on the Front Range Baseball Network on YouTube. Follow us at Front Range Baseball Network. This has just been the definition of a great back-and-forth game between the Foxes and the Pioneers. As Foxes got things started out in the third inning, they put 2 runs to start things out. Pioneers answered that 2 spot with a 2 spot of their own in the third. Then the Pioneers, they got their first attack in, their first attacking move when they took the lead in the fourth, 5-2. The Foxes been able to battle their way back as Quintero's first pitch swinging, pops it up towards the right side. Heikert coming over, he's tracking, and he puts it away for the first out of the inning. Quintero pops out on the first pitch. And next to hit for the Pioneers is going to be Lauren Binney. Binney is 1 for 3. First pitch to him on the outer corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Binney doubled back in the fourth. Smith comes set. Here it comes. That's also down. That's also in the zone for a strike. 0-2. Couple of fastballs that time by Smith. Expect him to pull the string here. Binney shoots one towards the right side. Diving attempt by Heikert. It's going to get through into the outfield. They're going to send the runner home, and he is in to score. Henry Douglas goes second to home, and it's an RBI single by Lauren Binney. And the Pioneers have tied it up. It's 9 apiece. And the winning run is standing 90 feet away here for Western Nebraska. Second hit of the ball game for Lauren Binney. And an RBI for him there. With only 1 out in the inning, we have Ashton Pinedo next to hit. Pinedo struck out looking in his last AB as the infield will move in here for Fort Collins. First pitch chopped foul, and oh my goodness, I think that caught someone in the Fort Collins dugout. Maybe not. There was a collective groan. That was a hot shot by Pinedo. Infield moved in. By the way, Binney is probably going to take second unchallenged here as he's just going to second. Smith is unbothered. Next pitch is outside for a ball, 1-1. So with Binney taking second, you have a base open. But you already have a strike in the at-bat. Swing and a miss. Now you have 2 strikes, 1-2. It's beginning to think about, do you intentionally walk Pinedo here to put everyone? No, you don't intentionally walk Pinedo because the hottest guy in the world is coming to the plate next, and Kevin Blanco. So you take your chances here with Blanco. You take your chances here with Pinedo if you're Fort Collins, in my opinion. They made the right call. 1-2. Outside. Pinedo's looking to swing out of his shoes here. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, only one out in the inning, and the winning run standing 90 feet away here for Western Nebraska. 2-2. Misses, and it's ball 3. Full count opportunity here for Pinedo. Only one out in the inning. 3-2. Outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second walk drawn by the Pioneers here in this inning. And now here comes the guy that they can't seem to get out right now, Kevin Blanco. Blanco, 4 for 4. Can he make it 5 for 5? First pitch misses high. It's a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes here. As the next pitch to Blanco, he swings and misses at it. 1-1 the count now. Singles in the third, in the fourth, the sixth, and the eighth here for Blanco. 1-1. Outside, and it's ball 2. Blanco says, nope. Not swinging at it. Not swinging at it. Still only one out here in the bottom half of inning number 10. So a ball in the outfield, and this game's over. 2-1. Outside, 3-1, and now you have to come after him, and Blanco knows it. You have to come after him here if you're Smith. Fans getting loud here at Oregon Trail Park. Blanco swings and pops it foul, and now we're full at 3-2. If somehow Blanco gets out here, Mikey Pickett would be the next to hit. 3-2. Swung on, hit in the air to right. Coming back on it is Bertucci. He puts it away. The throw home is in time, and he threw him out. What a throw by Nick Bertucci. And we're going to the 11th inning. Pioneers get a run. We'll take a break. On your West Coast scoreboard, it's the Foxes 9 and the Pioneers 9. You're watching on the Front Range League Network. Don't go anywhere. And you're listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. A spectacular throw from out in right field by Nick Bertucci keeps this ball game alive as we're in the top half of inning number 11 after what seemed to be a sure walk-off sacrifice fly for Kevin Blanco turned into an amazing double play by the Foxes. As we begin the top half of inning number 11 with a new pitcher on the mound. It'll be the 3-4-5 guys due up here for Western Nebraska, for Fort Collins, I should say. As Hank Smith will be the one to lead things off. I think it's Hank Smith. It might not be Hank Smith. He might be done. He was pitching. They might bring someone else out here. It looks like they might. New pitcher on the mound for the Pioneers as well, as time has been called. We're waiting in the dugout. Something happened to someone's equipment. I think Lauren Binney had to go get a new glove. Or do you have to go get a new mask? He had to go get a new something. As Reisig has two more warm-up pitches here. So it'll be Owen May is the extra runner to start out on second base here for Fort Collins. As it does appear to be a new hitter on the coming to the plate here for Fort Collins, as it's Phoenix West going to be the one to lead things off instead of Hank Smith. Carter Reisig is the new pitcher. West lays down a bunt. Throw to first is in time, but they do advance the runner over towards third. So the sacrifice works to perfection, and there's one out. Next to hit for Fort Collins will be the man who gunned down Lauren Binney, or excuse me, Davis Goodwin coming for home. Nick Bertucci next to hit, as the first pitch from Reisig misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Reisig is from Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and he attends Western Nebraska Community College. He's currently down in the count here to Bertucci. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses up and away, and it's 2-0. Bertucci is 0 for 5. He's got 3 strikeouts. He reached base via an error in the 6th. As check swing, did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. And Bertucci looks back at the home plate umpire like, come on, man. He's still ahead in the count here. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1. Outside, good catch by Binney to keep that ball from going to the backstop. That was about halfway into the other batter's box. 3 balls and a strike. And you know what? It's not the end of the world if you lose Bertucci here, if you ask me. 3-1. Swung on, hit in the air to center. Going back on it is Antwine. It's going to one-hop the wall. Runner's going to come in to score. Bertucci, he will stop at second, and it's an RBI double for Nick Bertucci. Mentioned that sacrifice bunt, although the sacrifice bunt wouldn't have mattered. in that scenario. I think regardless of what happened, that kind of hit from Bertucci gets the runner home every time as Owen May in to score. RBI double for Nick Bertucci. As next to hit will be Elijah Einen. It's now 10-9 in favor of Fort Collins. As the first pitch to Einen misses down and away for a ball, it's 1-0. One-0 to Einen. Misses, and it's 2-0. Einen, I mentioned this earlier. He came into this game as the top hitter on the team, hitting over 500. He's been pretty well held in check. He's over 5 in this one. 2-0 to Einen. This is low, and it's 3-0. No. Caught the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-1 now. Time called by Benny. Come out and talk to Reisig how you want to attack this. You're already down a run. Glass half full. You start the next inning with a runner on second. And that runner will be Kevin Blanco for the Pioneers in the bottom half of inning number 11. Get back into the now. Top of the 11th. Runner on second for the Foxes and 1 run already home. Next pitch to Einen, bounces away from Benny. That's ball 3, and the runner will advance to third. 3-1, 1 out. Again, like I said last time, it's not the end of the world here if you lose Einen, because you could still roll 2. With a runner on third now and 1 out. 3-1. Outside, ball 4. So now Pickett comes over, tells Peterson, yeah, we're moving back, getting a double play depth. Einen draws the walk. Next to hit for Fort Collins will be Elijah Morales. Easton Babe has come out of the dugout. Doesn't look like there's anyone throwing in the Pioneer bullpen, so this is just a talk strategy type of thing. Got to talk about it. Situation here. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Runners on the corners with 1 out. If you roll up a double play, you keep it at 10-9. Now, obviously, the best thing to happen here would be a strikeout if you're Carter Reisig. Also, if you're Fort Collins, you might consider just sending the runner to stay out of the double play. Runner's not going at first. First pitch to Morales is a fastball that misses inside. It's 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Check on the runner at first. Tell you what, if you do that again, if I'm Pinedo, I'm sprinting a couple of steps towards the Fort Collins dugout. Try to fake out the runner at third. Act like I lost the ball. Up and in, and I think that one got the bat of... Did that not get the bat of Morales? The way it sounded like it hit off the bat of Morales, but I guess it hit off the glove of Benny. It gets away, and another run in to score for Fort Collins. It's now 11-9 Foxes. So Bertucci in to score. As the 1-0 chopped in front of the mound. Diving effort by Reisig. Peterson's got it. Throw to first in time, and there's 2 gone. Next to hit will be Parker Fagans. As he is 1 for 5. First pitch to him is a strike. It's 0-1. One ball, 1 strike. Next pitch to Fagans. Stays up and in. 1-1 the count. Ball on a strike. Here it comes. Back foul, and now it's Reisig jumps ahead here, 1-2. Fagans has struck out 3 times in this one. Two runs already in here in the top half of inning number 11. 2-2. We'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes. Trying to get out of this inning are the Pioneers. Here it comes. That hit him in the elbow guard, and no. Home plate umpire says no. They're going to bring him back since he didn't try to get out of the way of it. Easton Babe comes out. He wants an explanation. Or that's not Easton Babe. It's Ben Einenson. Or no, it is Easton Babe that came out. They're talking about it. And not too sure what Easton Babe exactly wants here. He didn't get out of the way of the ball. Didn't get out of the way of the pitch, so I think it would go to being a ball, which would move the count to 2-2. Oh, they're going to call him out. This one's over my head in the rule book. I'm just going to admit that now. I'm not too sure exactly what Easton Babe discussed there. I guess the batter not getting out of the way of it, getting out of the way of the pitch. Would it be a strike? Either way, this is something I'll have to talk to Easton about tomorrow and get an explanation for you all tomorrow. We'll take a break. Last chance for the Pioneers. 2 runs came across for Fort Collins. Go to the bottom half of inning number 11 on your West Coast scoreboards. The Foxes 11 and the Pioneers 9. Take a break. You're watching on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB. No, you don't. Two runs came across to score in the top half of the 11th for the Foxes. as it'll be the top of the order due up here for Western Nebraska. Mikey Pickett will lead things off here for the Pios here in the bottom half, inning number 11. Pickett, 2 for 5 today. As the first pitch, fastball pumped in there for a strike. It's 0-1. New man on the mound for the Fort Collins Foxes. As Nick Bertucci has been called on to close this thing down, as another fastball, another swing and miss by Pickett, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Stays high. Kevin Blanco is your ghost runner, your runner over at second base to begin this inning, after he was involved in a crazy flyout. 1-2. Called, third strike, and that's the first out of the inning. Next to hit for the Pios is going to be Bryce Peterson. Peterson got a single in the 9th. As the pitch is a fastball that misses up and away. Peterson also 2 for 5. Had an RBI single back in the 3rd. Pioneers would love another one of those. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good fastball from Bertucci. And it's a ball and a strike now to the Brighton, Colorado native. One in there for a called strike. Bertucci's got one heck of a fastball. One, two. Fastball misses high, 2-2. He's got a fastball, if I had to guess, is somewhere around the lower to mid 90s. Probably lower 90s. 2-2. Fastball tapped towards the left side of the infield. Throw to first is going to be in time, and there's the second out of the inning. Two outs in the inning. Tying run stuck at the plate here for Western Nebraska. As next to hit will be Tyler Antwine. First pitch fastball misses high, 1-0 now. This is just a game of here's my fastball, try to hit it. So far it's been working for Bertucci. 1-0. Another fastball, another one right down the middle, and it's 1-1 now. One ball, one strike, 2 outs here. Runner on second in the bottom half of inning number 11. 1-1. Swing and a miss at the fastball, and it's 1-2. Pioneers down to their final strike in their first extra inning game of the season. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game. Antwine down on strikes to end it. As it's a final here in 11 innings, the Pioneers fall to the Fort Collins Foxes after 11. It's the Foxes 11 and the Pioneers 9. When we come back, it'll be the Runs Up postgame show coming your way next. You're watching over on the Front Range League Network and listening to Pioneer Baseball on KNEB.
Don't forget to update the special list. Contain the QR code and the game for children. Whenever we get you in before the auction closes, children. The president will be running the ballpark. The three companies have to be there by picking up the truck and putting it in the trash can. We're going to take the more time to see the game. We're going to see you back here at your over the Gering Park Stadium tomorrow with a 6:35 start for the during the game against the Northern Colorado Prospector. Please have a check and have a quick rest of the evening.
What's that?
Last year.
Oh, really? You like that guy?
This is my third year. I can't remember which one was last year. So he was last year.
Yeah. What? Of course. Welcome to the Runs Up postgame show as the Pioneers fall in extra innings to the Fort Collins Foxes by a score of 11-9 in 11 innings. Let's go ahead and talk about what all went down and how we got here. It was a pitcher's duel to start out as both the Foxes and the Pioneers didn't have the Foxes and the Pioneers had a combined one hit through the first two innings, that being a double by Hank Smith in the top half of inning number one. Neither team got any runs across in the first two innings, and then in the top half of inning number three, the Foxes blew it open after a ground out by Drew Oreskes. Cade Gavina got things started out with a one-out single, then a RBI double from Nuri Tan, and then a sacrifice fly that got a run in by Owen May, put the first two runs on the board, and at the top of the third, the Foxes took the lead to start things out in the top of the third, 2-0. In the bottom of the third, the Pioneers were able to answer three straight singles from the Pios. Started out by Kevin Blanco, then Mikey Pickett, and then Bryce Peterson. Got the third inning started out with singles from all of them. And then RBI single from Bryce Peterson, and then Tyler Antwine had a sacrifice fly of his own, which tied the game at 2. So through the first 3 innings, it was tied up at 2 apiece. Then in the 4th inning, Pioneers threw a 3-up, 3-down inning, including a strikeout as the starter Daniel Gomez came out dealing for the Pioneers. Then the Pioneers got their first counterpunch as in the bottom half of inning number 4. 3 runs came into the score. Started out with a double from Lauren Binney, RBI single from Kevin Blanco. Then a wild pitch was able to bring him into score, and Mikey Pickett had a single as well, and he was also able to score after Bryce Peterson struck out. Then the catcher, that was Elijah Morales. Elijah Morales tried to throw Kevin Blanco out, trying to steal. That ball ended up going into the outfield, and both Kevin Blanco and Mikey Pickett came in to score off of that. 5th inning, neither team scored. Pioneers went 3-up, 3-down, and the only base runner the Foxes got in the 5th inning was a base runner off of a hit by pitch from Cade Gavina. Then the Pioneers gave up 2 runs in the 6th inning, as after 2 innings, as in the 6th, started out with a walk by Owen May, and then an error out in left field got Nick Bertucci on base. RBI ground out from Elijah Einan, and then an error, an E7 from Elijah Morales brought in another run. 2 runs in the top of the 6th for the Fort Collins Foxes through 6 full, as the Pioneers were held 3-up, went 3-up, did not go 3-up, 3-down. First 2 guys struck out for Western Nebraska, and then Kevin Blanco was caught stealing in the 6th inning to end the inning, so no runs for the Pioneers in that 6th inning. Top of the 7th, the Foxes Pioneers started out with a strikeout, and then a double from Cade Gavina, a walk from Nuri Todd, and then an RBI single from Owen May, and then an RBI ground out from Hank Smith. Brought another couple of runs in the top of the 7th. The Foxes took the lead 6-5, but then the Pioneers with another counterpunch as they put up 3 runs in the bottom half of inning number 7, all with 2 outs in the inning after both Pickett and Peterson went down on strikes. Tyler Antwine got it started off with a walk, then a single from Henry Douglas, an RBI single from Davis Goodwin, and then the big single, Luis Quintero with a 2 RBI single, put 2 more runs on the board, 3 total in the inning, and a 2-run lead for the Pioneers after 7 innings. Excuse me. Then in the top of the 8th, the Foxes were able to answer and tie it up, as after another 2-out rally, a pop out to start it out, and then another strikeout. It was a single, an RBI double, and an RBI single. And by the bottom 3 guys of the order, Parker Fagans, Drew Oreskis, and Cade Gavina. Cade Gavina was all over this ball game as he finished the day 4 for 4 with a double and a couple of RBI singles to his credit as well. So two more runs in the 8th, tied it up at 8 apiece. Both teams were held scoreless in the 9th, and for the first time this year, the Pioneers went to extra innings. A run in the top of the 10th for the Foxes with the run rule, with the runner on second rule, Cade Gavina with another RBI single in the 10th. And then in the bottom of the 10th, what everyone thought was going to be a walk-off sacrifice fly after Douglas came in to tie things up. Pioneers had bases loaded with 1 out. Kevin Blanco put a fly ball into right field. It was caught by Nick Bertucci, and he fired a dart home to throw out Davis Goodwin. Brought us to the 11th. 2 runs in the 11th for the Foxes, and then no runs for the Pioneers in the bottom of the 11th. Brought us to this final score of 11-9. When we come back, we'll pick a player of the game Don't go too far. You're listening. You're watching Pioneer Baseball on the Front Range League Network over on YouTube, and you are listening to the Runs Up Postgame Show here on KNEB. What's your cube? Get it out of my sight. Who's our player of the game? I guess it's got to be Kevin, right? Welcome back to the Runs Up Postgame Show here on KNEB and over on the Front Range League Network. We'll go ahead and pick our player of the game for this one, and I think it's got to be none other than the birthday boy, Kevin Blanco. He went 4 for 5, almost had the game-winning sacrifice fly, but 4 singles for Kevin Blanco. He was a tough out in this one. So there you have it, your player of the game for this one. But also would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to Cade Gavina, who went 4 for 4 with a double and a couple of big hits for the Foxes, especially the one in the 10th to put them on top. So there you go. Shout out one player from each side, Kevin Blanco and Cade Gavina. We come back, we'll go over what to expect here over the weekend for the rest of the league, and then talk a little more about the schedule for the Pioneers when we come back. You're listening to the Runs Up Postgame Show here on KNEB and watching over on the Front Range League Network. Welcome back to the Runs Up Postgame Show. We'll go ahead and close things out by giving a look at the upcoming schedule for this weekend and then a little more into the week for the Pioneers. Around the Front Range League, a couple of everyone going on, a few games going on as the Boulder 64s took down the Diamond Club Collegians today by a score of 17-7. The NoCo Prospectors beat the Greeley Grays by a score of 8-2. And the Fort Collins Foxes, of course, as you heard here on KNEB and over on the Front Range League Network, took down the Western Nebraska Pioneers by a score of 11-9. Fort Collins Foxes, they moved to 7-2 on the year, and the Pioneers fall to 7-5. Excuse me. Tomorrow, doubleheader on the board between the Spradley Collegians and the El Paso County Baseball Miracles. Couple of games going on there, and then 3 games around 6:30. Diamond Club Collegians head over to Boulder to take on the 64s. The Foxes make a trip back. They'll head back home to Fort Collins to host the Greeley Grays, and then the NoCo Prospectors come to Gering to take on the Pioneers. That's also a look. Also, the games going on Sunday, 64s against the Collegians, Prospectors against the Pioneers, Spradley Collegians against the Miracles, and the Grays against the Foxes. A little more look for the Pioneers, as after this, they have a doubleheader against the Greeley Grays on Wednesday, June 18th, and then next weekend they have a two-game set against the El Paso County Baseball Miracles on Saturday and Sunday next week, the 21st and the 22nd. That'll do it for us here at Oregon Trail Park. Once again, the Fort Collins Foxes take down the Pioneers 11-9. For everyone at the Western Nebraska Pioneer Organization, Chuck Heeman, Myra Heeman, everyone else involved, big thank you to all of them. Big thank you to everyone over at KNEB. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to Thad Anderson and everyone involved with all the broadcasting in the Front Range League. Thank you all for listening. Once again, this has been Logan Hunter. Final score, once again, the Foxes. Pioneers fall to the Foxes 11-9. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. This has been Pioneer Baseball, the Front Range League Network, and over on KNEB.